guys, it's Drummond. So this week's video is going to be a little bit different. This time I'm actually going to give you guys a tour of my room, which is kind of messy right now. So bear with me, don't judge me for the mess because I've been going through a lot of life changes and I've been cooped up in my room and I should clean it, but I haven't yet. Matt most definitely is the type of person that wants me to clean my room, but sometimes I get a little bit too busy. I've been working on starting my own business and working on starting my new job and also helping my dad and sister start the businesses that they're starting on our farm. So it's been a busy couple of weeks for me and I'm excited to be starting my new job this coming week. So let's get the tour started. So first, since I did just record a YouTube video, I do still have my light and tripod up. I'm actually going to turn this on because I think it'll actually make things a little bit easier to see. So let's start, I guess, over here. As you can see, this is where I usually film my videos, right here on this backdrop. If you look below, my weight bench hasn't been used in a while. It's kind of where I've thrown all my shorts and stuff because I just recently unpacked all my summer clothes because it's finally warm here, which I'm very thankful for. I hate cold. I'm most definitely going to be moving somewhere soon once Matt graduates college that's a lot warmer than it is here because 8 months of winter is way too much. But over here in the corner, I don't know if any of you guys saw my videos that I did from VidCon, but I actually got this Stitch hat when I was in Disney World, Disneyland, whichever one's in California. But I also recently did this guy. I'm a little bit of an artist. I did this guy. I was painting rocks and leaving them in different places for people to find, which is pretty cool. I'm probably going to do a video about those a little bit later. After I've got a few more painted, but Stitch is my favorite if you haven't figured that out yet, and I painted that one and it was just too cute to give away. But as you can see, I've been reading a lot of books. These are actually my life coaching stuff. These are books that I actually prepared, so these are my notes and everything like that for my business. And then of course you've got all of these books that I've read. Got a picture of my nephew here, and then some of the oils and stuff that Matt got me for Christmas for making my room smell better, which I've always got candles. As you can see, I've got several of them sitting right here. Depending on my mood, I pick the candle that I want. These are actually clean clothes right here. I'm the type of person that I will do my laundry and then completely push it off of folding and putting them away. This is actually my dirty laundry over here under my desk, and as you guys can see, I've got my snacks here. No, I'm kidding. I know a lot of other YouTubers have done stuff with those, but no. I actually had an Instagram picture or Facebook picture taken down because I made a joke about Tide Pods, which apparently you're not allowed to joke about anymore. These are some reminders that I've put on my door here to keep me positive, which is something as a life coach you want to be. You don't want to be a negative life coach. You wouldn't be very successful if you weren't. Then I've got my poster here, which is supposed to help me like visualize what I want to do. As you can see, there's a picture of me and Matt. I've got YouTube here and then life coaching here, and then I've got some vacation spots, and then if you look here, this is actually the YouTube studio, which is actually pretty cool. And as you guys can see, I have a Love, Simon poster. Absolutely love that movie. I feel like it was a little corny in some places, but yeah, I think the fact that we've got a movie like that playing in the big theaters is awesome. I just read a post where a mom was praising her 7-year-old son for coming out, which at 7 years old, I knew I was gay, but I most definitely would have never come out to my family at that time, just because I didn't have any gay role models, didn't really have access to internet, so I didn't really know any gay people in general. So it's crazy how far we've come, but I know we've still got a long way to go. So some other things, as you guys can see, I've got books everywhere. Here's a couple more books. This is actually a really good one. I'm Christian and I'm gay, so I've always been torn between the two, and it took a long time for me to be able to accept myself for being both, and I wanted to read this book just because that's what the topic is. So it was a very interesting read. I actually have my business cards here too. Let's see if I can pull one out. So this is my business card for my life coaching, if you guys can read it. I know on my channel I go by Drummond, but my first name is actually Ben and middle name is Drummond, which a lot of people call me. So, but I figured I'd go with my first name since all the legal stuff is going to be signed for the business in my first and last name. And then we've got my boxes that I got when I lost my job in January. You would think I would want those to be thrown away and not somewhere where I'd see them all the time, but still got them here just because I kind of use them as a junk box. I threw everything that was thrown over other things, which new stuff is thrown all over stuff now, so it wasn't very helpful. I'll probably go through them and throw a lot of stuff out. Then I've got my whiteboard, which I usually use for like notes and stuff. I usually like draw out what I'm gonna do on my YouTube channel that way. Right now, I actually have it written down, like the 5 areas in my life that when I have like things that come up in my life and I have to make a decision, I go through this list and I'm like, okay, does it have any positive effects on my health, getting out of debt, my life coaching business, my YouTube channel, or my relationship? And if it doesn't have a positive effect on one of those, then I probably won't do it. So there's a little tip for you guys. If you want to do that, you can, it makes making decisions a lot easier for sure. So we can go over here to my closet. Got a green screen here. I have not used it yet just because I've watched thousands of videos on how to do it in Premiere and I still haven't gained the confidence to try it, mainly because they talk about having like so many different lights pointing at it and how if it's got shadows then you're not going to do well, and I broke my other light because my nephew knocked it over, so technically I didn't break it, he broke it. But I haven't tried it out yet, still sitting in its package. I'm not really OCD about my closet anymore. I used to be when I was younger. I used to have like all black and white hangers. As you can see, there's a couple different colors in there now. But yeah, that's my closet. We'll close that since it's a little bit messy. So, and there's my poster of Zac Efron. That's supposed to be making me work a little bit more on my health, which has not really inspired me because I usually have my closet door open and I don't see it, and if I don't see it then I don't remember it. But I've been reading a couple books recently. Debt management, found this one at Barnes & Noble's. Thought it'd be worth a read just because that's something I'm trying to get out of because of college debt and stuff like that. And I feel like that's something that's never taught in schools, which I really wish I had been taught because my credit score is not where I want it to be, especially since I'm thinking about moving and finding an apartment. It's hard to do if your credit sucks. Another one that I've been reading is The Anatomy of Evil, which is actually a pretty cool book. It goes through a lot of like different people that have done really horrible things and kind of like rates them and talks about what types of things could cause someone to do that, which I've always been curious about because I could never do anything like that. So the fact that other people do, I'm just like, there's got to be a reason. So bought that book. I actually have a life coach myself who helps me be positive, and I was talking to her about how I always feel like I need proof, and life coaches are always talking about, oh, you've got to just be positive, and I'm like, just thinking positive doesn't do anything. So she actually suggested this book, which is called The Biology of Belief, which is amazing. It actually breaks down positive thinking into like scientific proof, and I was just like, wow, and I was completely blown away. Actually, every single chapter I've been reading, I've been like messaging Matt, and I'm like, oh my god, I just read this awesome part of this book and I want to share it with you. So he's definitely been getting a lot of that recently. But here's my bed. It's not really made. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but every single night I go to sleep, this corner of my bed, which is my corner, that side over there is Matt's, but every single night that corner comes undone. Even if I put it all the way under the bed, it still comes undone, which is insane. I'm actually gonna put on a hat because I feel like I look a little bit crazy right now. I just got out of the shower not too long ago and was gonna go to bed, but decided to make a video for you guys since I told my friend Cassie that I'd upload a video every week on Friday, which is crazy because I always fall behind. But this time we made a bet to where if we forget or don't do it, then we owe each other $5, and it just grows if you miss another week. So I'm trying to stay on task this time. Another thing, actually these are Best Buy shirts. I found these in one of my boxes. These are from when I used to work at Best Buy. I don't know why I still have them. Over here, I've actually got another Stitch, as you can see. Then I've got Elsa, and there's a funny story behind her. One of my coworkers at Best Buy bought it for me because at Best Buy, they used to play Frozen on loop, and every single time the Let It Go song came on, I'd just start screaming and singing the song throughout the store. Actually, when I went to Puerto Rico for Best Buy for being one of the top sellers, they had karaoke, and I got in front of thousands of people and sang Let It Go, which was awesome because no one was getting up, and I was just like, I'll get up and do it. So I had fun doing that. Then when my friend got this for me, I was just like, this is kind of weird. So my friends that I was living with at the time, we actually played pranks with each other. I actually sat her in the middle of the kitchen and like dumped a cup of water in the middle of the kitchen and like opened all the cabinets and made it look like she was like possessed and she like was taking over the house. And the next day after I got home from work, I came home and all my underwear from the front door were trailed all the way up the steps to my dresser, and then she was like standing there on my dresser like holding my skimpiest pair of Andrew Christian underwear. So it was really embarrassing that my roommates had found those, but it was still funny that we did that. And we played tons of pranks like that on each other with her until I ended up moving out. Matt actually got me the Jon Snow just because he knew that I was in love with Game of Thrones. As you can see here, here's my AirPods. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done this, but I went running and forgot that I stuck my AirPods in my pocket, and not with the case, just the AirPods themselves. But I put them through the washing machine and the dryer. They seem to be okay. They're charging and they play music and all the features work on them still, but I'm not sure if they're going to blow up in my ears one day. So if anybody watching this knows if that's a possibility and if I should go get some new ones, please let me know, because ears are important and I don't want to lose them just because I'm being cheap and not buying a new pair. But as you guys can see, I've got all the Harry Potters. These are actually first editions, the first 3. And the sucky part is my grandmother signed the first one, so not so special anymore. Special for me, but not so special for someone if they ever wanted to buy it. She actually bought it for me because at the time when Harry Potter was just going to Hogwarts, I was the same age as him, so she thought it was a cool book. This was before Harry Potter was a huge thing. So I was a Harry Potter nerd before everyone else was on board with it. But then, of course, I've got Smallville, and Lord of the Rings, and Game of Thrones, The Hobbit's up there. Then I've got, of course, all the other YouTubers' books there, and then some more life coaching stuff, some books on how to start a business, how to get a job, how to read body language, some of my yearbooks from being a kid, Matt's water, since Matt drinks a lot of water. But that's pretty much my room. I'm not really sure if I should be embarrassed of my room or not. I also have this closet over here, but that's just full of boxes, so it's not really interesting. This box was actually in it, so it's a little less full than it was before. But I'm gonna turn this off, it's really bright. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want me to do some more stuff like this, leave some comments in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. If you guys have any stories that you'd like to share with me, feel free to share them. I love hearing your stories. And if you have any suggestions for what you want me to do with next week's video, let me know. And also, I've got some awesome collabs coming up with some friends, some people that are into music, and some other ones. And of course, Matt's probably going to be in some as well. But I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.